Morning, namaste. Thank you so much for joining. Please practice according to your conditions and abilities. Be respectful of your limitations. If just remember that the practice is an offering. So if you go to a place of pain or suffering, all creations imagine is going to be experiencing this through you. So in that way, just practice mindfully and practice consciously. And let's begin. So start by sitting tall and straight, close your eyes, bring your attention within. At the moment of creation, God became part of all living beings. Attune your mind to the supreme divine consciousness that is within and all around. Begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine becoming one with all beings everywhere. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts on God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. Shivaya mantra about you in the light. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we always have a strong desire for the knowledge that liberates us from pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other, only ever peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. To make the practice even more meaningful, more powerful, and even better than meditation, renounce all the fruits. Imagine that this is your divine duty to all beings everywhere. So let's do the mantra for purification now, to purify the space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within. If you don't know it, just pretend you're chanting through the voice of the Guru, move your lips. You derive all the benefits as though you were chanting it perfectly. And if you do know it, then do it with volume, do it with conviction, so it can be heard by all the subtle bodies within and all around. Try to do each repetition in a single breath. We'll do it 3 times. Om Pavitraha Pavitrava Sawa Vashtanga Topiwa Yaha Smaritpandrikaksham Sabhaya Bihantraha Stihi. Om Pavitraha Pavitrava Sawa Vashtanga Topiwa Yaha Smaritpandrikaksham Sabhaya Bihantraha Stihi. Om Pavitraha Pavitrava Sawa Vashtanga Topiwa Yaha Smaritpandrikaksham Sabhaya Bihantraha Stihi. To purify our pranayama, to purify all the nadis. These are psychic receptors. There's over 350,000 of them all throughout the body. And when they're fully open and purified, then you can realize more for yourself. The more you can realize for yourself, the more you can share with others. So for this technique, imagine that all the purifying effects are going up through the body, right through this, up through the spine to the crown. Exhale, expel all the impurities out of the body, which reside at all levels, physical, mental, and the spiritual plane. So we're breathing in through both nostrils for 4 counts, holding the breath for 12. During the breath retention, we engage the throat in a root lock. And when we exhale, we breathe out through the left. And we push all the air out of the lungs. Ensure that you're completely empty by the 8th count. For the breath retention, for the Mula Bandha, the root lock, contract the perineum muscles. Imagine pushing the belly button right up and into the front of the spine. Imagine lifting the whole pelvic floor up. For the throat lock, as you inhale, you want to breathe in nice and deeply. Raise the chest, inflate the lungs, so that when you hold the breath, you can bring your chin down on the chest without hunching your back. You want to keep your back very straight so the passage for the breath can be very easy and the passage for the prana to go up. For the throat lock as well, bring the tip of the tongue behind the roof of the teeth to seal off the lock and the attention of the space between the eyebrows. So, for the hands, the mudra, the left hand is in Jnana Mudra. It's the mudra of consciousness on the left knee. Right hand, second, third fingers fold down. So, this is Vishnu Mudra. When you turn a palm towards you, it's no longer Vishnu Mudra. It's a mudra that we use for pranayama, the alternate nostril breathings. The thumb for the right nostril, the right ring finger for the left. Remember to use your right hand. Okay, so let's begin. Breathe out completely. Inhale through both nostrils. 2, 3, inflate the lungs, raise the chest. 4, hold the breath, chin on the chest, third eye attention, throat and root lock. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale the breath out along with all the impurities. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale through both nostrils deeply. 3, raise the chest. 4, hold the breath, chin on the chest, third eye attention, Jalandhara Bandha, Mula Bandha. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale out through the left side. The fingers should stay close to the nose. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale. Hold, everything stops, all the attention of the space between the eyebrows. All the activity of the mind, the body, and emotions as though they're frozen. 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale out to the left. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale again. Hold. Exhale out to the left. Don't worry if your mind starts to wander during the breath retention. Just do your best. Keep pulling your mind back. 6, 7, 8. One more time. Inhale. 4. Hold for 12. 12. Exhale out to the left side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take a moment to observe the state of the body, the mind, and the emotions. Have no attachment to the results, no expectation as to what you should or should not observe. Just be the eternal witness, unbothered, unjudging, unaffected. Now we'll do Nadi stimulator pranayama. You might notice this honeybee breath. You're making a sound that's about the pitch of a female honeybee. And through the vibrations produced, you imagine those vibrations are strong enough to dislodge all the impurities from where they're residing in the body. So again, it's another technique for purifying. So imagine all the purifying effect, all the impurities going into the bloodstream to be carried out of the body eventually. The attention's at the space between the eyebrows. And in order to amplify the effect, we bring the index fingers into the flaps of the ears, we push in, and we allow the breath to just, the sound to ride the breath until you run out of breath. In between, you can drop your elbows down, take a deep breath in, exhale, breathe out, inhale again, back up, and we start the next one. So we'll do the first one together. So take a deep breath in, attention at the space between the eyebrows, plug the ears, now begin. Release, bring the elbows down, breathe in, breathe out. Do 2 more on your own. Whenever you're ready. Whenever you're done, just bring your hands back to Yana Mudra on the knees. Observe the state of the body, the mind, and emotions again. So I couldn't see you, of course, but make sure your elbow's not dropping down. If your elbow's dropping down, you won't have a very strong connection with the fingers to the ears, and so it'll allow some of the sound to escape. So try to make sure that your elbows stay at the height of the shoulders. Okay. So now let's take a moment to just bring the attention to the space between the eyebrows. The seat to divine perception. It is said that when all the energy gets to that area, it may trigger divine bliss. But in order for that to happen, you have to be in observance to ethical rules. Otherwise, the energy will never be released. So continue to cultivate compassion through the practice, through the imitation of forms, which will start momentarily. Try to see the divine in each and every form. And through the forms, we celebrate all the beautiful, magnificent ways that God manifests in all the beings here. Now, with that intention firmly ingrained in our minds and hearts, let's stand. Let's begin the practice. May this be a divine offering to all beings, an expression of love and devotion to God, who is everywhere and within everything and everyone. Come to standing. So we're going to start off with a few warm-ups. We're going to Let's begin with some head rolls. Hands on the hips, roll the head in circles. Try to get the ears, the shoulders, the chin to the chest, the back of the head to the top of the back. Through these warm-ups, try to move the joints in every which way possible. And then the other way. And do it with enthusiasm and vigor so that you can warm the body up, bring heat to the joints and loosen them up. And when you're enthusiastic, the guru, imagine gurus within is watching, and then the students who are active will inspire the guru to even share more with you. And then from here, shake out the wrists, move the hands very, very rapidly. All the joints in the wrists and the fingers should be felt shaking. And up and down if you like, or make into circles, whatever you like, just to shake out the joints. Then bring the arms down, feel as though the arms are dead. Swing the body from side to side. Allow the head to fly in all the directions, hands slapping the body any which way. Now, right arm circles backwards. Make as though you're preparing to throw a ball, winding up the arm. Move the arm faster if your shoulder allows for it. If you need to, you can bring your left hand to your shoulder. You can turn your body with your arm to form a light fist, a loose fist. Go in the opposite direction now. And then the other arm, left arm swings backwards and continues. And then go forward. Feel as though you're holding a weight of 5 pounds in the hand to make the arms swing more easily. Now bring both arms over the head, take hold the opposite elbows, and bend to your left. Bounce a couple times. Then go to the other side. Try to not make folds in the waist as you bend from side to side and underside the body. Come back to the center, little circles over the head. Head, neck, and shoulders mostly moving at first, but then gradually the circles get bigger and bigger. The chest and upper back coming into the movement, starting to feel it in the waist. And then if you feel comfortable to do so, the whole torso circles. Shape the large circles in front of the body like the arms of a windmill or an airplane propeller. And then coming back up, go in the opposite direction now. Again, start small. Little circles over the head. And then gradually, again, getting larger and larger. Around and around you go. And then finally, if you feel comfortable to do so again, the whole trunk circles, the forearms coming right across the top of the feet. And then coming back up. Exhale, release. Next one, sneezing lion. So you want the eyes to roll back in the head, the tongue to hang out of the mouth, have fun with it. Be like a child, be enthusiastic, and always be blissful. So as you do this, you're coming to squat, just go down according to the condition of your knees. So let's go. The tongue hangs out of the mouth. Good, and then come back. Now from here, bring your feet together, arms by sides of the body, jump up and down. Dharma Yoga, the Zulu jumping. Try to get as high as you can. Of course, if you have any issues with your knees or ankles, you can just bounce, just lift your heels and just push up to your toes. But if you can, get nice and high, generate some heat. And then stop. Now bring your arms in front of the body, not from the body, but to the side. And then the right leg goes back and forth. If you need to, bring your left hand on a wall or a chair. Try to get your knee up to the shoulder, the toes back of the head. And then the other leg now. Make the legs like a pendulum that's swinging out of control. And then break. Hands by sides of the body, head down,
Then we're going to come up with the arms and off the heels. Inhale, come up. Exhale, slowly lower the heels down. Try not to come down with a big heavy thump. Inhale, come up. No jerky movements, no aggressive, loud movements. Always fluid, always graceful. Exhale, back down. And as you're moving like you see yourself in the dreams, always gracefully, fluidly, softly. Come all the way up and back down silently. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, back down. As we practice this an offering, I want to try and make it as beautiful as possible. Inhale, come up. So it can be enjoyed by all beings through you. And back down. So ensure you enjoy it yourself. Inhale, come up. Exhale, back down. So you should feel good by the end of the practice and continue to feel good after that. And then the effects will be long lasting. Hands to the heart. Surya Namaskara. Imagine mom's going to physically move like a school of fish. Raise your arms up overhead, arch back. Breathe naturally, don't worry about the breath. Move the body, the breath will follow with a little more power and ease. The right foot back, lower down the knee, drop down to the seat. Come into the high plank. Knees down, bring the seat all the way back behind the heels. Glide between arms. Brush your nose across and come forward. Lift the chest, bring the head all the way back. Come back with your seat again behind heels 2 more times. Come forward. Make it so you're trying to pull the floor towards the body. This might help to propel the body forward with more ease and power. Come back. 1 more time. Glide forward. Creep like a snake moving through the grass. And then recoil gracefully to the head back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift your seat, allow the head to come down below the arms. If you're flexible, maybe the forehead comes right down to the ground. Right foot forward to the hands. If that was a difficult transition, you can lower the back knee, left knee down. Use the right hand to push the foot forward. And then the feet come together, Uttanasana. Come up to standing. Raise your arms up overhead, arch back. Come back home, hands to the heart. Go up and back. Fold the body down in half. Every movement has its particular consciousness. Left foot back, try to tap into it. When your gaze is up, your heart is open. Open yourself up to divine grace and surrendering. Knees, chest, forehead, knees down, the seat back. Forehead down, eyes downcast. It is an expression of humility. And again, 2 times, go back again. Glide forward. Put yourself in the body, what you're representing. Imitate them on all levels, physically, mentally, and spiritually. And all the way back 1 more time. 3 times class, you can imitate the teacher on all levels. In any given form, that is your teacher. Back into downward facing dog. Be grateful for all those who teach you some form of knowledge. Left foot forward. Knowledge is what frees us from pain and suffering. Feet together, Uttanasana. Come all the way up to standing. And back home, hands to the heart. Go up and back, reach up high. Fold the body down. This time the right foot back, lower down the knee. Into the plank. Ashtanga Namaskara. The knees come down, the chest between your hands, the forehead down. Come right through. As the hips come between your hands, lift your hips, knees away from the ground if you can. Upward facing dog. Stay for a moment. You can bend your toes under if you like. And pulse. Push your shoulders back, get the chest forward, the head back. Look like a dog howling at the moon here. Now try not to create folds in the lower back and the back of the neck. Back into downward facing dog. Push into the hands as if you're pushing the floor away. And then here, bounce again. Try to get your belly to the thighs, your chest close to the ground. If you're flexible, try to get your forehead, your nose, maybe your chin comes down without bending your arms. Work the shoulders. Now the right foot steps forward to the hands. Anjalyasana, deep plunge here. Feet together, Uttanasana. Again, another gesture of humbleness. Come all the way up. Surrender to divine grace. Hands back to the heart. Go up and back again. Fold the body down in half. Pretend, again, you're the eternal witness. Left foot back. Unaffected as the body, the mind, and emotions are doing the practice, not you. Knees, chest, forehead down. Come right through to upward facing dog. You, the eternal witness is actionless. Again, make like a dog howling at the moon. You have to picture in your mind and realize it the best you can with your body. Push back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Think of all the dog's qualities. The loyalty, most remarkably, is the quality of the dog, embody the loyalty to your master. And then from here, the left foot steps towards the hands. Feet together, Uttanasana. Come all the way up. The Supreme Master is within. The Divine Guru is within. Hands to heart. Go up and back again. Reach up high. Pull the body down in half. Uttanasana. Right foot back. Into the plank. Down we go. Knees, chest, forehead down. Right through into upward facing dog. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right foot steps forward. Feet together. Uttanasana. Learn to move efficiently, with control, and with grace and power. Hands to the heart. Go up and back with constant practice and anchor determination. Adherence to the ethical rules. Anything is possible. Left foot back. Into the plank. Down we go. Right through to upward facing dog. And back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot forward. Feet all the way forward towards front heel. Feet together. Uttanasana. Come right up. Whatever you don't achieve this lifetime, you just continue where you left off. You pick up where you left off in the next one. Arms back. This time to come down. Bend your knees, land your belly on your thighs. Pull your hands right over your shoulders. Uttanasana. Then the right foot back. Without lowering your fingers to the ground, touch your fingers. Come right up into Kapayasana. Reach your arms all the way back. Stretch the body from the base of the spine right to the fingertips. Good. Sink your seat down again. Rock your shoulders back and forth. Lift your chest up away from your seat. Push your lower back in. And then come back down into your high plank, into upward facing dog. If you want to explore other entries, you can do chaturanga or like this. Lower your belly down, having just your body down, just hovering above the ground, and right into upward facing dog. Otherwise, knees, chest forward to the ground again. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right leg up, three-legged dog, and set the foot between the hips. Back knee down. Raise your arms up. Use your arms to pull your torso further by the hips. Rise up. So try not to stay here. Work your shoulders. Rock your shoulders back so you can get your arms side or maybe behind your ears. Lift your chest. Lean away from the leg. Imagine your fingertips going over the back toes. Then you might be able to go a little bit deeper with your imagination, seeing yourself in the practice that you're trying to attain. And then come forward again without touching fingers to the ground, so you have behind you. Hold your breath, bring your left foot into the right. Uttanasana. Try to get your chest below the knees. Straighten your legs as much as you can, but if your body starts to detach from the legs, keep your knees bent. Come right into standing. Swing your arms back behind the head. Standing salute. Come back home. Raise your arms again. Stretch up. Lift the heart. Keep pushing your chest up away from your thighs. Belly on your away from your hips, belly on your thighs, and bring your arms all the way up over the head. Seat eventually in line with your heels, the forehead if your legs are straight, against the shins as well. Now the left foot back knee down, swing your arms all the way up again, Kapayasana. Stretch, lift up in every sense. Set your sights high in every sense. Every posture an offering. Come back down, and you can try even another entry from here. Come into high plank. Bring your seat all the way back. See if you can come through without touching your fingers to your legs to the ground. Pull your elbows into side spine. Push into your toes. Push, and then come through into upward facing dog. Roll over your toes. Downward facing dog. Sink the heart. Melt in every sense. And then the right leg comes up. Three-legged dog. The left foot comes up, three-legged dog, and step the foot between the hands. Back knee down, again, Kapayasana. Think of the shape, think of a monkey as this monkey pose. So think of a monkey, they've got seemingly no bones and arms, completely loose. Try to visualize a monkey swinging from tree to tree and try to make your body look like that again. Arms all the way back. Lift the heart. Come forward, belly on your thighs, swing your hands behind the back, and then the right foot comes in to meet the left. Uttanasana. Push your body against your legs, the feet comes in line with your heels eventually, and come right back up to standing. You can't, if you can't straighten your legs all the way without detaching the body from the legs, don't worry, just do your best. Hands to the heart. Good, raise hands up again, reach up and back. Let's sequence again. That variation, bend your knees, push your belly into your thighs, turn your hands over your back, pull them over your head, right foot back, back knee down, swing your arms up into Kapyasana. This time, keep on going. Hands down, into the high plank. Your entry of your choice into upward facing dog. Be mindful again of your strength, your limitations, your abilities. Adho Mukha Sivanasana. Wherever you are is perfect if you're trying your best. The right leg up, then the foot between the hands. Reach back, fingers over the toes almost. Swing your hands back, and the left foot meets the right. You have to keep on visualizing yourself in the practice you're trying to attain. With constant practice and anchor determination, you will arrive. Hands back to the heart. Go up and back. Those who have already advanced practices have, as Dharmaji says, credits from the past life. They've already done this before. They're just picking up where they left off. Left foot back into Kapyasana. And right back down. Don't worry, we'll all have our time. We're all on the same path to self-realization. Seat back, come right through into upward facing dog. Back into Adho Mukha Sivanasana. The left leg up. And then between the hands. All back. Stretch the whole front of the body from the toes to the fingertips. And then swing down again, belly on your thighs, your hands behind the back and over your head. Uttanasana. Right up to standing. Reach up over the head, arch back. And come back home. Take pause here for a moment. Lower the arms down. Charge the body. Inhale. Attract everything that you need from all around you into the spine and bring it up to the crown. Exhale. Send it everywhere throughout the body. Feel infused by it. Send it out to all beings as well. Good. So we'll do one more variation of sun salutation just again to build a little bit of heat. Jumping back if you can, otherwise you just walk back 4 times. Raise your arms over the head, arch back. Bring the body down, hands on the ground, pushing your hands, hold your breath, and then jump back into plank or lower chaturanga. Through into upward facing dog, back into downward facing dog. Jump forward again immediately, and arms up over the head. Now 3 more on your own. Hands down, with your hands, and come back. Hopping or walking into upward facing, chaturanga and upward facing dog. Back into downward facing dog. Pushing your hands, the feet level to your hands, and come all the way up. Right back down again, no stopping. Back. Jump forward or walk forward, right up and back. And then last one, come down, sit your hands. And into upward facing dog, back into downward facing dog. Breathe in a way that allows you to move with control. So when you're doing those, once you land in the heart again, take pause here. From the heart, inhale from the heart up to the crown. Hold the breath, imagine love going into all beings everywhere. Exhale back down to the heart and release. So, before I interrupt myself, breathe in a way that allows you control. So sometimes when you're in those tight moments, those intense moments when you're really trying to find the pose and balance and control, hold your breath, but then you breathe out again. You just don't hold the breath for the whole pose, of course. You have to breathe at some point, so just breathe in a way that allows you to the movement. Inhaling, expanding, exhale, twisting further, going deeper. So let's try some balanced poses now. Go to the back of the mat. Balancing T-pose. Take your hands behind the back. If you can, interlace your fingers. Squeeze your heels, palms together. The left foot forward. If it's too much, bring your arms up to the side. But if you can, keep your hands together behind, over your seat. Bend your left knee, bring your belly in your thigh, and raise your right leg up. And then straighten up the left leg again. Make like you're lying on a table. It should look like the letter T, the capital letter T. Now if you want to go further, toppling tree, start to bend your knee so you can get your belly on your thigh. Your head comes down about the height of the knee. And see if you can pull your hands further up off your back. Your right leg comes up higher. Toes pointed. And then you arch your back by squeezing your shoulder blades and Bring your chin up a little bit. Open up your chest, shoulders back. Good. Now from here, break the pose. Bring the right foot back down and step back. You could have done that all with your arms apart, so I'll do it this time with your arms apart. So, hands out to the side, you look like an airplane flying level. The right foot comes forward, bend your right knee, land your belly on your thigh, and then raise the left leg up. Straighten out the right leg again. Foot to the head, same line. Like you're lying on the table or flying level like an airplane through the air. Now from here you start to tip down if you can. Your belly on the thigh, so you bend your right knee a little bit. Bring your chest up a little bit. You're forward. Your chin comes up. Your left foot comes up higher. Try to get it higher than the head. Look like a gliding eagle. Try and curve your back. Work your back muscles a little bit. Point the toes. Right, and then break the pose. Push into right foot and come back up. Charge the body again. Arms by sides of the body. Inhale. Imagine your best breath coming right through into the body, up the spine to the crown. Exhale, send it everywhere. So let's do another sequence. On the left foot now, we're going into ballet pose. Bring the right foot up. Take hold of the heel from the inside, the thumb behind the heel, and bring your leg and your arm out at the same time. If you're having trouble balancing, bring your back against the wall or bring your left hand to the wall. Your toes and fingers are about the same height. If you're more flexible, bring the leg up higher, lean to your left a little bit. Flex the foot, and then if you can, look up and poise the grace and the beauty and the magnificence of a dancer. Be very flexible. You may be able to take your foot with your left, hold the heel with the right hand first, and you may be able to bring your left hand, wrap it around to the front of the foot, take hold the outer edge of the foot, bring the leg all the way up beside your head, and maybe the arm goes out to this side, or you bring your hand to the foot as well, right hand to the foot. Now from here, release the foot carefully so it doesn't come flying down. And we're going to swing it all the way down. Bring your hands to the ground, which side as you can see. Bend your left knee, you can get your belly on your thigh, your left hand comes to your foot. Index finger along the outside of the heel, and see if you can bring the right leg up higher. If you have tight hamstrings, you can fold your leg, right leg, and push your knee up as high as you can. Otherwise, keep your legs straight if you can, like a standing split, and then start to walk your right hand closer and closer. Eventually, maybe your right hand comes to the inside of the foot as well. Hold your breath as you try to take your hand to the foot. Gaze just beyond the toes. Your hip is just in line with your heel. So if you fall, just keep coming back into the pose. Keep on trying. Bend your forearms against your shin. Now from here, plant your hands down. The hands not too far away from the foot, just in front of your toes, and lift your heel up if you can. Here, might be easier to bend your knee if it's not already, and then push to the base of the toes. So you can get your heel up. Now you can stay here if you want, push into the ground so you can get your left foot up off the ground. Hover or take a few hops, and so you can come into your handstand. Stand on your hands. Work your wrists, make the bones strong and thick. Keep trying, keep jumping. When you have it, try to hold as long as you can. Good. And then come back down. And from here, roll your way back up. Let's charge the body first before you go to the other side. Inhale. Imagine lights of every color coming into the body, right up to the spine, to the crown. Exhale, send the light everywhere throughout the body. Be infused by the light and radiate your light to all beings. Now try it on the other foot. The right hand, standing on the right foot, take your left foot up. Take hold of the inside of the left heel and bring the leg out again to the heights that is suitable to your flexibility. Maybe your body looks like a T, maybe more like the letter Y. Look up again. Offer up the pose. Try to get your arm and leg at the same angle roughly. And again, if you're flexible, you can take your foot, take hold of the heel of the left foot, reach across the front of the foot with your right hand, and take hold of the foot and pull it right up. Oops, I didn't do that very well. So let's try it again. Push the back of the shoulder into the foot. And you can either stay here or you can extend your left arm out. Now get ready to break the pose. Lean to the right. Hold your breath with your legs coming down. And then swing it up and back. Again, your hands coming on the either side of the right foot. Try to get your left foot up high as you can, or the knee, depending, again, on your flexibility, and then bring your belly against your side. Bend your right knee if you need to, so you can get your belly to stay at your side. The right hand on the outside the heel, the index finger on the heel, and then bring the left hand in closer and closer. Your gaze is just beyond the toes. If you're very flexible, maybe your chin will eventually be on your shin, and both hands on the foot, and your forearms against your thigh as well, against your shin. Doesn't matter how high the leg is, even if it's over here, just try to get both hands on the foot, play with your balance. If you keep falling out, just keep trying again. So wherever you are is perfect if you're exerting your best effort possible. And then bring your hands down on either side of the foot. Bring your left knee up again, as high as you can. Flex your foot, keep it close to your body. The more compact your body is, the more easy it is to find a balance. Use the physics as Dharma Yoga says. So if your legs are apart and wide, then the forces are going to throw you around a little bit more. It's harder to stay in balance. So you can push the right foot heel up off the ground, push off the toes. If you can, push into the ground, like you're trying to push the floor right down into the ground lower. And see if you take hops, and see if you come up. Flat through the feet. You have to control your fingertips and the base of your fingers and the heel and the palms. Imagine you're an insect gripping a wall with your feet. Good. And then release. And come all the way back up. Charge the body. Inhale the best of best into the body, up through the spine to the crown. Exhale, send it everywhere throughout the body. One more, Natalajasana. Let's start off actually in Ardha Chandrasana. I should do it this way. So your left foot forward, left hand down, and bring the right leg up. Open up to the side. Make sure your head's not too close to the foot. If it's too close, it'll be hard to open up your hip all the way. And bring the right arm up. Look up at the hand above you if you can. You should be able to see your foot if it's in the right position. So keep it stretching up and back a little bit. Now from here you can bend your left knee, right knee if you can. Bend your left knee also to anchor more the left foot down. Take hold of the right foot at the ankle and then push the foot away. Bring the right shoulder back. You feel like a Dhanurasana, a bow pose. Pull the foot away from your seat. Now if you want to keep going, look forward. Your hip is in line with your heel. If you can, hold your breath and see if you can take your hand off the ground onto your heart. If you're flexible, maybe you can take your hands, both hands to the foot, left hand to the foot as well. Push the foot away from you. If you want to keep going still, push into your left foot, hold your breath again as you're coming up into a standing bow pose. Or dancer, you can keep your left arm out for balance. Try to have your foot about the height of the head, your thigh parallel to the ground. Be like a shapeshifter moving to the forms effortlessly. Keep watching your body moving like you're the witness. Allow the body to do the work. And realize what you see in imagination. Break the pose, come back. So try it on the other side now. Charging breathing if you need to before you go into the other side. And then start again. The right foot forward, the right hand down, stay in the fingertips, or use a block if you need to, underneath your right hand. Even come down on your left knee, right knee if you need to. Any sort of variation of modification you need to do. Just be unconcerned about the results. No attachment to the results, no expectations. Now from here, bend your left knee. Bend your right knee as well, so push more weight into your right foot and then push your left foot away again. Once that's furthest point away from the body, you can straighten out the right leg. Open up your chest. Now from here, if you want to keep going, look forward, the belly over the thigh, so you can take your hand to the heart. If it's easier to come right into dancer, you can. So you can come right up into dancer from here. Experiment. Find your own tricks. Then if you want, you can bring your left foot close to your seat again before you take the foot, so you can stay in better balance. Push foot up, your chest forward. And I break the pose. Charge the body up. Inhale, the bust into every pore of the skin, right up through the spine to the crown. Exhale, send it everywhere. Share it with all beings. So now we're going to come to the middle of the mat, getting ready to come into warrior two. So we're going to go to the left first. Jump your feet apart, and then from here, or walk your feet apart, turn your left foot forward and sink into it. Slide your left foot back so that you have a nice, strong, low stance. Your knee over the toes. Make sure it's not falling in. Keep your body erect. Your gaze forward. And be strong and mighty and courageous like a warrior. Now from here, bring the left hand down to the inside of the foot. The right arm goes over the head. If it's hard to open up here, and your hips not very low, you can stay with your left forearm on your arm, on your left forearm on the left thigh, and then bring the right arm over the head. Keep a straight line, so make sure it's not a triangle. Make sure that you have a straight line from the hip all the way to the hand. No discontinuities. If you want, you can even bring your right hand behind the back. Take hold the inner thigh. If you're lower, you might go take a bind, a full bind. Left shoulder goes behind, underneath the knee, leg. Right arm goes behind the back. Pull on the right arm, push the right shoulder back. Those you want can push your left leg straight. If you want, you can walk your right foot in a little bit, bound triangle. Your head stays close to the ground. Those you want to play with balance, you can see if you can raise your right foot up off the ground, or maybe just the heel. Bring your right foot closer to the left foot. Shift forward, and then see if you can get your heel up off the ground, maybe the toes. Maybe eventually your leg can come up higher. And break the pose. Turn forward, back knee down, Kapyasana. Arms up, arch back. Rock your shoulders back and forth, bring your arms back. The more you can get your arms behind your ears, the more you can do other variations. You can fold your hands back behind your head, bring your foot up, and you might be able to find the foot more easily. And then tip your head back, allow the foot to rest on your head. That's a little bit not there yet. You can widen the right hand towards right foot, slide it back. Keep your side body long. Maybe you can practice getting the right foot up. Keep your seat low, your left side of the seat low. And you can come into spirit pose with your foot against the arm. Eventually, you bring your foot right into the crook of the arm. The fingers come up towards the ears. And you can lock your fingers together and then lift your wrist and bring your arm to the other side. Push your foot away from the shoulder. At some point you have to try. If you get too complacent, you never try anything. In 20 years, you'll still be in the same place in your practice. Keep on moving forward. Now break the pose. Bring the right foot back down, heels up, into lizard. So I'm going to do this way. Move your left foot out to the edge of the mat, And then lift the back knee, start to push back and forth. Try to get your hips to come down with each pass. Push one more time to the right foot. Lower the knee down. And if your hips are low enough, you can fall onto your right hip and your right forearm. And then roll back to your left. So you don't want to have one side of the hip very higher than the other. Try to have them both roughly the same height. And then move your body forward. Your knees should be close to the shoulders. Shouldn't look like this, nor like this. So your shin stays vertical. That's why you move the foot out a little bit. If your hips are anchored down, maybe the pelvis, the belly, and the chest will come down as well. Your left shoulder on the foot. You can really extend your arms out. Be like a lizard just basking in the sun, enjoying the warmth of the earth. If you can't get your hips down, just stay on your hands, but keep pushing your hips down. Feel as though there's a big seat, weight on top of your seat, and the heaviness might get your body, your hips to sink down more. Come back onto your hands. Release your back by pushing your hips back in line with your back knee. Left toes come up, and then bow to your leg. Bring your belly onto your thigh. Keep trying to reach your chest beyond your knee. And now from here, bring your left foot back flat on the ground. See if you can take your left shoulder in behind the knee and push against the knee. You can just stay here if you like. And you can let you take your arms out to the side. Level one, or you can take your back knee up off the ground. So your body's low, like you're doing a chaturanga, level to the ground. If you want to go further, Visvamikrasana, you bring your left hand on the outside of the left side of the left foot, and then wrap your leg around the arm. So it feels like you're sitting on your arm. And from here, push into the back of the knee, extend your leg. You can bring your arm up like this, or if you can, you take hold of the foot from the outside and pull it out. So this is the full pose. Do again according to your abilities. And break the pose. Not important whatever level you attain. Again, just do your best. Bring the right knee back down. Come upright. Your legs should look like a box now. Bend the toes under and the back foot. Left hand can start on the seat, right arm up or the waist. And then take the outside of the left knee. Inhale, push the lower back up and in. Turn to your left. Look over your left shoulder. Chest open to your left completely. If this is too easy, you can bring the right arm up, ankle the toe and knee towards the right, and same orientation. Push the leg out of the way with your left hand. Try to get your armpit on the outside of the knee. Left hand pushes into your right, and don't stay here. You push your left hand into right so that as hands come down, the body's coming up. At the same time, belly comes over the thigh, and the center of the chest is trying to move just behind your thumbs. Roll the left shoulder back. If you want to try to take the bind, this is why you want to have the armpit on the knee. You push the elbow towards the back of the left shin, and then you just see if you can slide your hand. You use your left hand to help, so you get your right arm underneath. Has to go in a diagonal line across the front of the body. Left hand goes over the back. Lock your fingers together, or take hold of the left wrist and take your right knee up off the ground if you can as well. Push to the back heel. You can do this with or without the bind. You can have your hands in Anjali Mudra and lift your knee up. Pull your left shoulder back. Make sure you don't sag through the hips or the back of the knees. This will cause unsteadiness. Now break the pose. Bring the hands back to the inside of the foot and move your way back to the middle. Between your legs. Come all the way up. Get ready to go to the other side. So if you can't see the screen, just turn around 180 degrees and then go to your right. Lean into it and embody the steadiness of the warrior in their effort to protect. They're always ready to serve. No hesitation ever. Paschakonasana, again, you can, Depending on the height of your hip, you can keep your right arm on the forearm. Your hand can be Yana Mudra, left hand goes over the head or behind your back, onto your thigh, roll the thigh outwards, push the left shoulder back. Or if you're more flexible, your hip is about the height of the knee or lower, the right hand to the inside of the foot, left arm over the head, or take your binds as you see fit. Right. If you try and take the bind, right shoulder dips a little bit lower below the line of the knee, the right arm goes over underneath the leg, left arm goes behind the back. Pull on the left wrist, push the left shoulder back. So try not to hunch forward like this. Push your left shoulder back. If it's too much, bring the left knee down. You do it from here. Now from here, you can, if you're in this pose, you can push your right foot straight, bound triangle. You might need to bring left foot in a little bit. Try to get your left hip up, your left leg straight. Your head stays close to the ground. Push the left shoulder back. You want to play with balance, bound Anujjanavasana. Bring your left foot closer in. Your hip again over the heel. Gaze beyond the right toes and see if you can get your left heel up off the ground. Hold your breath. See if you can get your toes up off the ground and maybe keep going. Eventually, left leg comes all the way up. Break the pose, left foot comes back down. Turn forward, back knee down. Kavyasana. Sink your seat all the way forward. If you need to modify, your hands can come onto your seat and you lean away from the leg or your hands on the knee as well. It's good. Again, hands together, rock your shoulders back, and go into any variations if you know any. Lift your chests. You can go into your swan if you like, or your spear. Bring left foot up. Build the poses bit by bit. Don't expect to get the pose the first time. It takes sometimes a few weeks, sometimes a few months, maybe even more. But we'll all arrive. Just be patient, continue to try. You can take your foot across from the top, take hold of the toes, and you have to allow your head to fall back. So again, different ways of getting to the poses sometimes. Experiment with them. Break the pose. Lizard. Walk the right foot onto the edge of the mat. Bend the toes under the left foot and push back and forth. Try to get your hips to sink further and further down with each pass. Push back one more time with the left foot. Lower the knee down. If your hips are still not close to the ground, again, stay on your hands and just see if you can get your hips to come down. Your hips are like the anchor for the body. Once you're down, keep lengthening. Pull your body forward. Telescope the body out of the hips. Maybe eventually come onto your forearms. Try not to allow the right side of the hip to come up much higher than the other side. Try to keep them more or less even. Your right side of the seat trying to come down as well. Eventually, your chest might come down as well. And take your variations. If you're flat on the ground, bring arms out to the side. If you know the bind, right arm goes underneath the leg from the outside. Left hand and the right hand join over the back. Flatten out. Fix your gaze like a lizard, merge with the form. Imitate on all levels, and then you eventually become one with the form, and that's when you find the ease to meditate. The mind goes still. Get ready to break the pose. Reach your back by pushing your hips back over the left knee. Lift the toes up on the front foot, and then bow to your leg. Your belly on the side, and keep on telescoping your chest forward. Imagine the front head's going to eventually touch the front of the foot. Gesture again as humbleness, surrender. And then lift your elbows up, or come up back up onto your hands. Your foot comes flat on the ground, and see if you can get the right shoulder in behind the knee, bend the toes under your back foot, and keep pushing your back knee until you have a strong connection. Maybe you can take right arm out, the right arm, and then maybe the left arm. Maybe you can take the left knee up off the ground as well. Hover above the ground. Want to keep going, V-Strong Utthrasana, right hand on the right side of the foot. Turn to your left, so your left foot goes flat, and wrap your leg around the upper arm. Close to the shoulder. You can either just extend the leg, push into the back of the knee, left arm goes up, or if you have the flexibility, take hold the outer edge of the foot, and then pull the leg out. You have to really push into the back of the shoulder into the inside of the knee. And break the pose, bring the right foot back down, lower the back knee down, slide your right foot back in, and into box shape with your legs. Toes again bent under and back foot for balance. Right hand can start on the seat. I like it on seat for 6 seconds. Push it into the seat and pull down. And the left hand comes outside of the right side. You can push the lower back up and in. Turn to the right. Try not to just try to keep the twisting active at the base of the spine all the way up to the crown. Not just the eyes turn. Try to look over your back shoulder. Turn your chest towards the back end of the mat. You want to go further into your Padamvita Paschimottanasana. Left arm comes down the outside of the right leg. Right hand pushes into your left. If you do a fifth, sometimes you get more power to push. And then so you can raise the body up at the same time. From the chest comes to your stomach, roll the right shoulder back. You can take the back knee up off the ground at this point. If you can, hold the breath. Push the heel back. If you want to take the bind, sometimes it's easier with the knee up off the ground. There's more space underneath. No obstruction. Make sure you're getting armpits on the outside of the knee. And then use your right hand to assist the left arm. Go underneath the leg. Then take the right arm over your back and join your hands. Take hold of the right wrist and pull on the arm. Get your chest all the way up. Break the pose. Come back into plank position. From here, let's do Vasisthasana, a warm-up one. Left hand comes to the right a little bit. Just turn to the right, spin on your feet. If you're starting to sag in the shoulders and the hips, it's too much. The left knee can come down. If you have the balance, you can see if you can bring the right foot up. This is where it's important to not sag through the hips and drop into your shoulder. And back down, go to the other side. So again, know your limitations. We go to places of pain and suffering, all creation will feel that through you. You can modify if needed by bringing the right knee down or bring the left leg up. Look like a starfish. Come back down. From here, if you can, bring the right knee down. Swing your foot out to your left. The left knee comes right behind. Swing your foot out to the right. And sit between your heels. If you can't get your seat down, both sides your seat down, you can just bring your thighs together and sit on heels like this. Sukha Gomukasana. Either way again, perfect. If you can find the steadiness in the pose and the quietness. So try to have your knees right on top of one another. Pull on your feet if you need to get that alignment, and then the right arm comes up. Take your left hand to the elbow, push it all the way up behind your head, and then bring your hands down with the hand down the center of the back. You can stay here, pushing the back hard, lift the chest, or you can take your left hand up the back. If you can, thumb rolls, points down, bring your hand up the back, and join your hands together. Sometimes it's easier to take your left arm up first, use your right hand to guide the elbow in and up. Sometimes people find that one easier. And then take your right hand up. Try to have your arms, elbow right behind the center of the head. Lift up, lean back a little bit, pushing the back of the heart. Soften the gaze. Keep Twin hands down towards the lower back. And break the pose. From here, switch your legs around. Plant your hands down. Lift the seat up. Spin on your feet so you stay in the same place. You walk to your left, and then when your hands land in front of your feet, and keep walking around. Keep turning to your left, keep spinning on your feet, but don't change your place. Keep your feet spinning in the same spot. Your left leg should now be in front once you're facing forward again, and you sit again between your heels. If you did it with your legs together, just stay there. Okay, so now do the other side, your seat between your heels. Your knees one on top of the other. Left hand comes up, left elbow comes up, and use your right hand to guide it in place. Up further and further back. And then a right arm behind the back. And join the hands together. So make sure that you get your elbows in the same line. So not out here with your elbow behind the head. And pull your hands so you can get your right elbow to come in a little bit as well. Let's do the chest. Anchor the arm in place at the back of the head. Soften the eyes. Break the pose. Release. Shake it out. Let's try one more round of Vasisthasana. Coming back into high plank. You can do the same version always, or you can go into other variations. Bring your left hand a little to the right, turn to the right. So you can try to come into wild things, so slide your right toes back a little bit back, behind your left foot, alongside the knee. Make sure your left foot's not turned too much. Toes should be around the same line as the rest of the leg. Push your pelvis all the way up, like you're doing upward facing bow. Make sure the inside edge of the foot is down. These all help with balance. So you can take your right foot up off the ground. If it comes up easily, catch the knee. Keep going, catch the foot. Oops. So push your hips up, and then try again. So lift up your hips. If your leg is bent like this, you feel heavy, and it's going to be very hard to get the foot off the ground. Use this way and tuck your hip up. If you'd rather just go into Urdhva Dhanurasana, keep spinning your left hand. And then if you have shoulder mobility, you just move your feet and your hands in the same line. Another beautiful variation. And then back, spin the left hand, spin the left foot. Keep your left arm fully extended, your hip up, come back to plank. Go right to the other side. Right hand goes to your left, lower in front of the nose, turn. If you want to keep going, keep spinning your left foot, turn on the foot, and then left foot goes back behind your right foot, just alongside the knee. Inside edge goes down, move the foot in a little bit. Shorten your base so your hips can get higher. And then see if you can get your left knee up. Take hold of the knee, and then eventually the foot. Should almost look like ballet pose. It's just a different orientation. Break the pose. Come back the same way as you entered. Into plank. From here, jump your feet to the hands. Come into a squat right away. Separate your feet as much as you need to so you can get your heels flat on the ground. If it can't come down, if you have to modify it up here, still fine. Do according to your condition. From here, Kakasana. Those of you who can do Bakasana, you can go ahead. You plant your hands down, Kakasana first. You push your shoulders into the outsides, the inside of the legs, and then lift your heels up. Press firmly into the ground. In upward motion, the head stays higher than the seat when you're beginning, and then press your legs against the arms as much as possible, all along the length of the arms, and then so you can pick up your heels, your toes up off the ground. So if you start to tip forward too much, you land on your nose sometimes. So keep squeezing your inside of the legs against the outside of the arms. Knees close to shoulders again. Up. Hold your breath. And your toes back. Even if you just pull once, the toes of one foot up off the ground, and then try the other one, or dance from toe to toe. If you're doing Bakasana, your arms are straight, your knees come into the armpits, you lean forward, your shins start on the backs of the arms, but then the toes come up, so the shins come off the arms. If you can come into headstand from here, teddy bear. So bend your arms if you're in Bakasana, tuck your chin in, bring your forehead down. If you're in Kakasana, you just have to you usually have to just bring your chin into the chest and push into your hands, your head comes down. Try to do with control. If you want to go into full headstand while you can, or stay in teddy bear. Stay with your arms and your legs. If that transition was not to your liking, you can start with your hands beside your knees and head in front. Form a big base, a triangular base, not beside your head. In front you can see them. Your arms should be at right angles, your elbows in line with your wrists, not like this. Okay, so your arms should not be angled. And then here, just press just underneath your knees against your elbows so you can get your toes up off the ground. Or just stay here. Again, you can just keep your toes on the ground. That's more likable. Those in headstand, any variation you want to try, you can just stay in the pose for a minute before you start going to variations. Be still, and even when your body's moving, keep the mind ever quiet, like you're watching anything. If you'd rather have too much weight, if it's too much weight on your head, and you need a little bit more help, bring your feet against the wall, and sometimes with your forearms on the ground it's a little bit easier. Yes, you can distribute the weight along your arms. So make sure you let your shoulders and your elbows in the same line. You can hold the outside of the arms very easily with the elbows. Don't move your elbows, bring your hands forward, bring your head onto the ground inside the hands. And you can bring one foot on the wall or on the seat of the chair. Your leg goes all the way back behind you. Keep your legs bent again. Think of the physics, but remember, keep your body compact. And then from here, pull your toes back, maybe away from the seat, maybe away from the wall. You have to keep pushing through the back foot. Every time you fall forward, just push back through the foot behind you and vice versa. This is how you find the balance eventually. Keep your knees very bent, your legs close to your body so it's easier to balance. If you're in headstand, you want to try other variations, go ahead. You can come into lotus if you like. This makes the mind even more one-pointed. Take one arm off the ground if you like, whatever you like to do. Whatever you're working on, just keep working so you can find complete steadiness. Leave the body alone so the mind can come into quietness. Again, make your break the pose, come down gracefully. If you want, you can come down back into your pose depending what version you're in. Variation, if your hands, even if your forearms are in front of your head on the ground, bring your hands back into tripod, land your shins on the backs of your arms, flex your toes, curl the toe under, hold your breath, lift your head up, and you come back down. Child's pose is next. Relax. Breathe in, breathe out. Now we're going to move into shoulder stand. Extend your arms forward, glide through into the cobra, back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, and then jump your feet to hands again, and then just roll back. Your seat touches down, your chin comes into your chest, throw your legs up. When your seat comes high enough, your hands come out your back. If you have to do a few rolls to get the momentum up, to get your legs up higher, then do so. Once you've
hip is high, seat is high enough, you can bring your hands to the back, your feet go behind the head, and keep your hands on the back, especially your feet don't come down to the ground. If you want to stay here, all good. If you want to go into shoulder stand, bring your arms behind your body, scooch from one side to the other to get your arms all the way back behind you. Your wrists come together, so your elbows come closer, and then your hands will come onto the back. You'll be able to get higher. Your hands will come up a little bit. Your elbows will come up closer, so then you can get your right leg up and then your left. And again, from here you can do a lotus if you like. Bring your legs back behind your head a little bit. Use your hands if you need to help you get your lotus. And then when you get your knees up again, pushing to get your knees up again, use your hands to push your legs up if you need to, into your thighs. Try to get your knees higher than the seat. Another of our poses, all the same benefits as headstands. And this one you stimulate the thyroid as well, the thyroid gland. Bring your attention to the space between your eyebrows. Keep on trying to trigger that divine bliss by bringing 100% of your attention with 100% of your devotion here. That change your focus. Come into, if you have lotus, you can do Pindasana. You can even wrap your arms around your legs if you can. Join your hands underneath your seat. Your knees come on either side of the head. Your belly, your lotus comes against your belly. If you don't have a lotus, come into plow. Your feet come behind the head again. If your feet are not all the way down, keep your hands on the back. Otherwise, bring your hands behind your back if you like. And you can even drop your thighs against your body and your knees on either side of the head. Karnapidasana. Withdraw from your senses by shutting out all the inputs that are coming in through the ears and eyes. You can rest your arms on the backs of your legs, backs of your knees. You can even take your hands in between your legs, underneath your head, cup your hands around the ears, and again squeeze your shoulders against your knees against your shoulders. Again, to go deeper into your meditation without any distraction through the sense organs of the eyes and the ears. Getting ready to come out now. So from here, hands behind the back. Drag your feet back towards the head, your belly and your thighs together as long as possible. And then your legs come down softly, no big crash landings. Once your feet are down, lift the chest up off the ground, the back up off the ground, move your elbows in, slide your hands underneath your seat. Move the fingers forward a little bit, push into your lower arms, lift the chest as high as you can. Move the elbows a little bit closer together, and bring the head back, top head to the ground. Fish pose. You can stay here, or you can raise your legs up 12 inches off the mat, and breathe very fast. Now stay with your head there where it is. Bring your feet in close to your seat, just in front of your seat, in line with your hips, edge of the feet. Bring your fingertips on either side of the head, preparing for Urdhva Dhanurasana. Lift your seat up, the ground, pushing your fingertips, bring your head back closer towards your feet, and turn your hands around. Fingers are now spread and looking towards your feet, your heels. If you can, take your head up off the ground, upward facing bow. If it's too much, do bridge pose. Keep your shoulders, the top of the shoulders in the back on the ground, and just lift your seat. Your shins in line with your shins vertical. Those who have an upward facing bow, you can just work the pose a little bit. Rock back and forth. Try to get your chest in front of your arms. If you are, as Dharma Ji says, a professional, you can jump from one side to the other, push into your hands, and jump to the other side. Push into your hands again, and jump back. Lift up a little bit higher. Try to get your arms and legs straighter. And then come back down. Rest for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Let go of all fatigue. Let go of all effort. Imagine you fainted. And now bring the knees into your chest. Actually to your knees. So you separate your legs and you just hold on to your shins. You can rock from side to side over your spine a little bit. Squeeze your thighs against the side, each side of your abdomen. And bring the soles of your feet together like you're doing Baddha Konasana, but imagine that you're in another orientation again. So push your knees away from you. Pull the heels right in towards the root of the body. Imagine you're sitting on the ground, upright with your knees flat on the ground. Now bring your knees back up towards you. And then happy baby pose. Separate your feet again. Take hold of the other edges of the feet and just again rock from side to side. You can just bring one knee at a time down underneath your arm. Whatever feels good. Maybe get both knees down on the ground eventually. Now slide your hands inside of the legs. If you're flexible, you can take them on the heels. And so you can open up your legs all the way without lifting your seat from the ground. Try to get your toes to the ground on either side of the shoulders, in line with your shoulders. If it's too much, don't. Be careful your hamstrings. You can bring your hands closer in. So on the backs of your shins or the backs of your thighs, whatever's suitable for you. Come back into happy baby pose. Those you can want can take the arms over the backs of the legs. So your backs of your shoulders come over the backs of the legs. Another deeper version of happy baby. If you're very flexible, you don't even have to waste your time. You can lift your seat up a little bit like you're about to go into plow, pushing back the knees, cross your ankles, and flip your head in between your in front into Yoga Nidrasana. Wherever you are, breathe from the base, from the heart up to the crown and back to the heart on the exhale. Now release the pose from here. Bring your feet back down to the ground. Inclined plane, so press your hands into the ground and lift your back. You don't have to curve your spine. It's not a bridge pose. Just your shoulders and your knees in the same line. Curl the tail under a little bit. And then from here, push your hands into your thighs and then push into your thighs. Bring your seat down. Try to get your seat very close to your heels. From here, bring your knees into your chest. Rock up to the seated position. From here, just cross your ankles. Come onto table. A soft back bend. Your forearms on the ground. And swing your right leg up, baby tiger pose. Imagine someone's pulling your foot. Push your chest forward away from your seat so you're lengthening your lower back. And you're really trying to push your foot all the way up and back. Try not to bend your knee. From here, you can bend your right knee, take your left hand to your foot, and pull it all the way up. If you want, you can come onto your hand comes under your shoulder.
And you do from here, bend the toes under, and the left foot helps with balance. If you're more flexible, you may be able to take your hand from the outside of the foot and reach up and back. So again, be mindful of your shoulder condition, your abilities. Break the pose, come onto the other arm now. Arms come down, left leg comes up. You can stay in baby tiger the whole time. And ride the fierceness of the tiger. The pride of the tiger. Bend your knee, take hold of the foot, bend the toes under the right foot, and pull the foot up and back again. Push your chest forward so you create space in lower back. Or you can come onto your hands again, hand into the shoulder, and try from here. We're pushing the base of the right toes. Keep your balance. Or if you're trying to do it with the left hand, more like a partridge pose, bring your elbow up high, at least that same height or higher than the shoulder, so you get your foot up. And break the pose. Come back in the child's pose, hammer on your back a little bit. Stand up. Bring legs out in front, legs straight out in front. Push out through the heels. Left hand to the outside of the right shin, right hand behind the back. Inhale, push the lower back up and in. Turn to the right. Try not. Sometimes when you turn, the heels start to separate. Try to keep the heel that's lagging to come forward to meet the other one. Push the lower back up and in. Again, it's not just the eyes that turn, the whole torso turns. So push against the shin, press into lower back, and then turn. Make some effort. Release, go to the other side. Shoulders down, inhale, push the lower back up and in. Turn to your left. Try to get your chin over your shoulder. Release, come onto your back for Shavasana. For a few moments, lie down on your back and just allow the body to just melt, like all the muscles dissolved, the flesh just hanging from the bones, feel heavy, everything sinking down. Let go of all tension, let go of all effort. Make yourself fully receptive so you can receive everything now, all the fruits of the practice coming to you. They come as the result of offering your practice. They come regardless, but when you really put your intention in, when you really direct your intention to the well-being of others, then it comes back to you in a positive way. So you attract good karma by ensuring that all your actions, thoughts, and words coming from a place of love and compassion. And try to extend that in your day-to-day life. Through the imitation of forms, we cultivate the compassion, but the real test is to take it on your day-to-day life when you're being challenged by the actions of others that may not be completely in alignment with the ethical precepts, but love them anyways. Eventually we all learn, and we were there at one point too. Always moving forward and higher and closer to our true nature, which is infinitely loving, compassionate, and wise. The nature of God is ours as well.
prepare to come back from Shavasana in a gentle and quiet way, so as to not take yourself out of this calmness of mind that we created, this state of tranquility. Keeping your eyes closed, again being like the witness, just watching the body move by itself to come back to seated position, slowly, softly, and reverently. We'll close the practice with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Instill the peace within, send it to all beings everywhere. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. All is within. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. And if you feel you need to do more Shavasana to allow the benefits to further integrate, then I encourage you to do that. I didn't have much time, and from the interest of the live stream, you can do the Shavasana now, or continue Shavasana. Much love, and I hope to see you soon. Namaste.